The tragic murder of University of Georgia nursing student Laken Riley opened a loud and discordant new chapter in the American debate over what is increasingly evident as a crisis at the southern border when it became widely known that Riley's alleged killer, Jose Ibarra, was an illegal migrant. His origins lie in Venezuela. This fact is inconvenient in many ways for supporters of the current administration's border policy, which has been described by some as more or less opening up the southern border by undoing a lot of the safeguards that had been put in place under the previous administration to restrict flows of incoming migrants. Now, it's unquestionably newsworthy that Ibarra was here illegally. The border crisis is now polling as a top issue for American voters looking ahead to the presidential election in November. Indeed, according to one recent poll, it is the top issue. So that raises a trenchant question, which is really what the point of the piece we're discussing here today is. Given that his immigration status is so in and of itself newsworthy, why would two powerful media outlets, specifically the Associated Press and NBC, seemingly do what they could to, in one case, conceal that status, and in another case, the case of NBC, to downplay it? The Associated Press put out a report around the killing of Riley, framing it as a safety issue for solo female athletes, I believe the verbiage was in their headline, and citing recommendations from experts that women who go jogging alone should carry whistles and pepper spray and things of that nature, without mentioning Ibarra's status as when the piece was published. A piece at NBC was a very long news analysis about Riley, about her place in the community, about the response of the local Venezuelan community to this horrible crime, and going into some serious detail about Ibarra, but not mentioning his immigration status until, I believe, the 37th paragraph of the piece. I think the question this raises is fairly clear. Both the Associated Press and NBC are, I think, correctly seen as having a left-of-center lean, and of course there's nothing wrong with that. Every publication has its political leanings, but it does certainly look like these powerful players in today's media landscape are carrying water in order to spare an administration that I think many of their editors and reporters back a political inconvenience of having this brutal crime in any way connected to that administration's marquee domestic policy.